This picture shows the B-17 silver dollar and its missing tail section. What happened? Let's take a look to the reports. B-17 silver dollar was a G model built by Douglas with US Air Force serial number 4237781. It was assigned to the 546 Bomb Squadron 384th Bomb Group. Silver Dollar has completed 5 combat missions with the 384th Bomb Group. Its first mission was on November 29, 1943, with Lieutenant Sidney P. Taylor crew. Target was Bremen, Germany. On March 9, 1944, the 8th Air Force's primary target for that day was the Heinkel aircraft plant at Oranienburg, Germany. But the target could not attack due to heavy cloud cover, and the group attacked the secondary target, the city of Berlin, the Big B. Silver Dollar was one of 19 B-17s of the 384th Bomb Group on that mission. The group flew as the low group of the 41st Combat Bomb Wing. This B-17 and its crew were the only one of the group failed to return from that day's mission. This picture was taken moments before her tail was severed by a bomb from a B-17 of the 379th Bomb Group in the high group. The bomb severed the tail completely off in front of the stabilizer. The aircraft dived straight down with all 4 engines running. You can see a crew member through the waist window, probably one of the waist gunners, Staff Sergeant John Plotz or Staff Sergeant Joseph Jacobson. Sergeant Plotz survived and became prisoner of war. Sergeant Jacobson was killed. The missing air crew report 3005 has this remark, given by returned crew members. On March 9, 1944 at 13:57 hours, over Berlin, Germany. Evidently bombs from high group dropped a little late and hit Lieutenant Reed's ship. Tail section fell off. Plane went down a steep angle. In the after-mission report of the 384th Bomb Group is the following description about the tragic incident. Aircraft 781, Lieutenant Reed, pilot, was lost after bombs away in the target area. 12 of the crews interrogated observed bombs from the high group hitting Lieutenant Reed's aircraft. Aircraft 740, Lieutenant Decker, pilot, was flying behind Lieutenant Reed, made the following observation.
At 13:58 hours, 23,400 feet, while bombs were going away, bombs from 379th Bomb Group hit Lieutenant Reed's aircraft, knocking the tail completely off in front of the stabilizer. The ship dived straight down into a spin with all 4 engines going, and no shoots were observed. This occurred 10 seconds after Lieutenant Reed released his bombs on the target. This crew also observed another B-17 from another group exploded after bombs from 379th Group hit it.
I need to do further research about the other B-17, which also hit by bombs of the 379th Bomb Group. This could be a topic for a video in the future. But let's continue with the B-17 Silver Dollar. The only survivors of Lieutenant Reed's crew were Right Waist Gunner Staff Sergeant John J. Plotz and Bow Turret Gunner Staff Sergeant Arthur J. Osepchuk. Both became prisoners of war. The individual casualty questionnaire about Left Waist Gunner Staff Sergeant Joseph Jacobson was made by Staff Sergeant John J. Plotz in the missing air crew report 3005, and reads following. He was lying on floor near his position. I talked to members of other crews later on. They said they saw no chutes open. Plane fell through clouds at 10,000 feet. We were hit at 24,000 feet. Bow Turret Gunner and I got out approximately 5,000 feet. This was below cloud level. He was last seen lying on floor near position, making no effort to leave plane. Belly fright or centrifugal force prevented his bailing out. Plane was in a very steep dive. This was his only flight with us. He further said, I landed about 100 yards from the plane. Plane was completely demolished by impact and explosion. Saw one body. Identification impossible. The only information about another crew member was about the radio operator Technical Sergeant Robert F. Wellman. He warned the crew that bombs were falling on the B-17. He was last seen in the radio room, states Staff Sergeant Arthur J. Osepchuk, the boy turret gunner, in the same missing aircrew report. Staff Sergeant Osepchuk managed to exit the boy turret, put on his parachute and bailed out in time. A wonder he could get out of the B-17. Silver Dollar finally crashed in Berlin-Ostdorf with its missing tail section. It is unknown where the tail section hit the ground with or without tail gunner Staff Sergeant Emmett F. Hardy. 6 men were found dead in the wreckage by the Germans. The bodies of Sergeant Wellman, the radio operator, and Lieutenant Bruce M. Winnisland, the co-pilot, were the only who could be identified. The missing aircrew report also contains translations of the German reports. A German combat report, signed by First Lieutenant Leach, stated some more information. It was very plainly seen that a 4-motored enemy aircraft broke off from the formation and came down to the ground in a spiral line. It pierced through the thickly concealed clouds. It was now at about 800 meters altitude. The machine burst forth with a great noise, and it was very noticeable that it was without tail and tail assembly. The aircraft crashed at 1400 hours, 600 meters west of the highway junction out of Ostdorf and National Highway 101. The man who went to the place of the crash found 6 men dead in the aircraft. Lieutenant Schütz, another German witness, said in his report, "It could clearly be seen that the hind part of the fuselage and rudder assembly were missing. From the wing assembly, I could tell that the machine was a Liberator." Well, I couldn't find any information about the B-24 Liberator loss at that day in that area. The only B-24 losses on that day were 427604 with Lieutenant Norman Manecker crew. Crashed near Gerden, southwest of Hanover, Germany. And B-24 4128611 with Lieutenant Everett P. Masserman crew. Crashed 6 kilometers north of Arendonk, Belgium. So I think Lieutenant Schütz has misidentified the aircraft type. The German document KU1190 said the dead crew members of Silver Dollar were recovered and buried in Burial Cemetery at Elsgrund on March 15, 1944. The 384th Bomb Group veteran Edmund Zieba, who had flown 30 combat missions, wrote his own story, I Remember, about boy turret gunner Staff Sergeant Arthur J. Osepchuk, called Ossie. I won't read his story in this video. I am sure I'll mispronounce many words, so I recommend you to read it by yourself. The link is in the video description below. And all the other links to related websites and sources which I have used for research to create this video. Many thanks to the staffs of the 384th Bomb Group website. They helped me a lot with pictures and documents. That's all about B-17 Silver Dollar in this video. Subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of videos and the history of the B-17 Flying Fortress. Thanks for watching.